going on?
Thank you so much.
Pay like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family. Smoochie.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. Lucas Widman alongside Eddie Lewis. Ed, we just posted something on the website. You know all the details about it regarding Xavier Worthy and the allegations that stem from his arrest on Friday. What's going on?
Yeah, so his fiance, this is a long story here, you guys got to bear with me. His fiance, Tia Jones, applied for a temporary protective order against Xavier Worthy late Wednesday, and a judge granted it. Well, just minutes ago, we obtained a copy of what she alleged he did in order to get this protective order, and they are bombshell allegations. I should say before going over all of these, Xavier Worthy's attorneys have said in a statement to us that they're adamant none of these are true. He says that Xavier is denying all of it. So let's get into it. So Tia Jones says on at least 5 different occasions Xavier Worthy was violent with her. You'll remember, or you may not know, they were engaged in July of 2024, but in October of 2024, she says he first got violent with her. She says that the arguments largely stem from allegations of infidelity and this, that, and the other. But in October 2024, she says he pushed her to the ground. A few weeks later, around Christmas time, she says that they got into an argument and he picked her up, slammed her hard on the bed, and choked her. And during this altercation, she said she suffered a bloody toe that was swollen, and they ultimately ended up resolving the matter over an apology. A short time later, she says he got into an argument with her inside of a closet where he grabbed her throat, shook her, threw her head back, and caused her face to hit a doorway, which chipped her tooth. A few weeks later, around Valentine's Day, she says they got into another big dispute over allegations of infidelity, and he grabbed her throat with 2 hands, squeezed, and pushed her away. Then the most recent one, March 7th, this is the day that Xavier Worthy was arrested and booked on a charge of a domestic violence and accused of strangulation. This is the most violent he's ever been with her, she alleged. She claims that they got in a big argument in the morning because she didn't show him enough attention the night before after he had tried to talk to her about his dog. The allegations are merely that he choked her and he threw her and he kicked her and he hit her. There's so much in these. In the morning, he fought her, and then she says after they were able to kind of, calm things down, and she wanted to move out and he wanted her to move out, they talked further, and he was violent with her again. She said he grabbed her by the throat, lifted her off the ground, slammed her on the floor. He threw keys at her. He tossed her around. There's so many allegations in here of violence that it's hard to even keep track of them all. Essentially, though, it all ended with Tia Jones running out of the house, waiting for cops to arrive. As you know, Xavier Worthy was arrested and booked. However, the district attorney stated 2 days later that they would not be charging him with any sort of crime, at least not at this moment. He refused the case. So Xavier is not right now being accused of any wrongdoing criminally. The district attorney said, though, if further allegations come to light, they might change that ruling going forward. As for Tia, this restraining order has been granted. This protected order has been granted. It's temporary right now. They'll go to a hearing at a later date to decide whether it should be permanent or not. But again, Xavier Worthy's attorneys are adamant all of these allegations are false.
And as for the Chiefs, they said they're aware of Friday's arrest and are looking into the matter. All right, moving right along to the viral track meet attack that went down last week and made rounds on social media. For those unaware, this went down in the 4x200 meter relay race at the VHSL Class 3 State Indoor Championships in Virginia last week, when a racer by the name of Alayla Everett appeared to hit Kaylin Tucker with her baton. And if you are unaware of this situation, there's video of this right now. And now we are finding out that the woman who appears to attack Tucker with the baton is now facing a criminal charge.
Yeah, according to the Lynchburg Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, they have hit Alayla Everett with 1 count of assault and battery. There has not been too much more revealed about this because they are both minors. But again, that's a huge development in this case because we see sports like this all the time, sports incidents like these all the time. You know, in the NHL, for example, there's fights like this. We've seen players and people lose their minds at games and stuff. But I've rarely seen a criminal charge, especially one of assault and battery over this. Again, Alayla Everett, though, has alleged repeatedly that this was all an accident. You can kind of see in the video where she says that the baton got stuck in Tucker's arm, and that's where she alleged that it kind of flipped up and hit her in the head. But again, Lucas, a criminal charge over this case feels like a lot.
And Everett has said as well that after this incident that she has been at the center of death threats and racial slurs, but she's adamant even with a second angle that she believes exonerates her. Them going through with this charge says a lot.
Up next, NFL legend Mark Gastineau is seeking $25 million over that Brett Favre confrontation video. All the details on the lawsuit when TMZ Sports rolls on right after this.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Lucas and Ed. Ed, former NFL star Mark Gastineau is taking legal action against ESPN over an interaction he had with Brett Favre.
Yeah, you guys might have seen it. This all happened back in November of 2023. Mark Gastineau and Brett Favre got into a confrontation at an autograph show in Chicago regarding the sack record that Brett Favre essentially gave to Michael Strahan. Here's video of it. This is actually what ran on ESPN's 30 for 30 documentary called The New York Sack Exchange, and this is where all the problems Gastineau has with ESPN stem from. Take a watch.
You tell me met a long time ago. At least I saw you.
Right.
How you doing?
When you fell down for him. I'm going to get my sack back. I'm going to get my sack back, dude.
You probably would hurt me.
Well, I don't care. You hurt me. You hurt me. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You really hurt me. You hurt me, Brett.
We got to get back to this, Brett. I'm sorry.
So Gastineau is claiming in this lawsuit that he filed in a federal court in New York that ESPN edited this video to make him look bad. He says there was a handshake that he had with Brett Favre that they took out of this clip, which he says has done irreparable harm to his character, to his reputation. He also says that he never gave ESPN any sort of permission to record him while at this event, which is another part of his lawsuit. And then finally, he says when he signed a contract with ESPN to be a part of this New York Sack Exchange 30 for 30, he was told he would have the final approval over what was aired. And he said they never came to him with talks of this Brett Favre video and how he wanted it to be portrayed. So he is now suing for $25 million in damages. Where it goes from here, who knows? ESPN is yet to give a comment. But again, Gastineau wants to be paid, and he's alleging they really wronged him here.
And as for Brett, when this first came out, he said, this is something that shouldn't have been recorded. It was a private conversation, between two frustrated people, two football warriors. And he actually gave Mark some props. He said he left an indelible mark on the game, and he hopes the controversy brings attention to just how great Mark Gastineau was.
Moving along here, Danny King joining us. There were hijinks in the NBA on Tuesday night, and there were even more on Wednesday night. So as we told you about earlier this week, the Cleveland Cavaliers pranked rookie Jalen Tyson by stuffing a bunch of popcorn in his car. I thought it was a little much, but the Spurs, in an apparent attempt to top this, pulled off a prank on one of their own rookies, Stephon Castle, and it involved his car too. Take a look at what Devin Vassell filmed after their game over the Mavericks on Wednesday night.
Bitch, you ain't got no wheels!
Yo, nah.
I don't know about you, Ed, but I think I'd rather my car get filled with popcorn than come back and all my wheels are gone. That just seems like a nightmare scenario. I'm just trying to leave the venue after a hard-fought game and then my tires ain't even there. That just sounds miserable to me. I mean, I can't even replace a tire, so that's probably why I'm talking like that. But still, it's just, I can't imagine that reaction, having to see your tires not on the car.
Well, look, if you heard me on the show yesterday, I argued that popcorn lasts basically forever in your car. You're never getting the butter out of it. You're never getting the smell out of it. At least he can go get some 4 new wheels just put on it right away. At least somebody could help him with it. But if you were wondering why this all happened, well, they talked to De'Aaron Fox after the game about it. And frankly, there doesn't appear to be much of a reason other than he's a rookie. Listen to what the new superstar had to say.
You got all the wheels on your car? That's my first time seeing somebody do that. I've seen popcorn, but never getting the wheels taken off.
Anyone do anything to you when you were a rookie?
No, I was a great rookie. Steph doesn't do anything. He doesn't do any rookie duties, which was crazy to me. You pointed that out the first time. Like the first time I was like, dang, Steph don't get the shoes, nothing. But I think he's the only rookie though, so I had 4. It was 4 of us, so I mean, we had to like get up in the morning and like pass out the loops for shoot around. So we had to wake up a little early, but it was good because it was 4 of us. So guys didn't have too many guys to work with. But no, Steph does absolutely nothing. He does nothing.
So he deserved it.
For sure. Something needed to happen. I'm like, does he bring anything to the plane? Does he bring any food, snacks? Nothing. I'm like, at least he could do is pass his shoes out for shoot around. But no, he deserves it for sure.
So there you have it. He was just simply being a rookie, and they took the tires off of his car. So we've seen the Cavaliers, we've seen the Spurs. Who knows what's going to happen? Stay tuned to the NBA for more hijinks, I guess.
Coming up, Emmy Award winner Paul Walter Hauser says he wants to kick a professional wrestler's ass after a confrontation at an AEW event last weekend. It's the fiery response you won't get anywhere else. Next on TMZ Sports.
Want to listen to today's show? Now you can check us out on the go with the all-new TMZ Sports podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to subscribe and listen. Whereas always, tomorrow's show will be the best show since today!
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Lucas Widman alongside Danny King. How about this? Well, you're about to find out why he is on right now, because we're about to talk some wrestling. And there is a huge beef going on right now between AEW star QT Marshall and award-winning actor Paul Walter Hauser. Yeah, that is what's going on right now. Danny, what is up?
It all went down at the AEW Revolution 0-hour kickoff show where Paul Walter Hauser and QT Marshall got into a little bit of a spat. You can check it out.
Honestly, no offense, Paul, but I do believe that the celebrities should probably just stay on the pre-show panels and probably keep the wrestling to the wrestlers. We're the best wrestle.
Little offense.
I will say this, though. If we turn the tables a little bit, if you booked a part in a movie or a TV show, I would be happy for you. I wouldn't tell you not to come into Hollywood.
Ooh. Rampage. Rampage.
Okay, I understand what you're...
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be a I'm just
right.
saying.
No, I get it. And I've seen that you have been doing some wrestling, but there's a major difference between wrestling at a sold-out Crypto.com arena and then wrestling at the local bingo hall, right? Like, obviously, and it's okay. Like, I get it. You're trying to cut your teeth in professional wrestling, and it's fine. I get it. And if you need somebody that can help you train...
All right, let's see this lock up.
There you go.
Let's go.
Oh, boy.
Keep it tight, Paul.
Oh,
whoa.
That was a nice display. Good job, Paul. See?
Good, Paul.
Putting in the work.
You've got your training down there, kid.
Yeah, you got the collar elbow down, right?
No, it's great. Paul, I feel like I give you an inch, you take a mile, and I'm going to leave you guys. Appreciate the time.
Thank
you so much. Enjoy the rest of the
thanks, QT. Thanks so
Paul,
much.
Cheers.
Pleasure.
Whoa! What the hell? You can't... I'm so sorry.
Yeah, crazy stuff. And that happened on Sunday, like we said. So you would assume over the past few days the dust would settle and everyone would move on, right? Well, actually, we caught up with Paul Walter Hauser out at the Grove on Wednesday, and he told us that is not the case at all. In fact, he's still really upset about what happened.
I saw QT and knew he was going to do a segment with us, or he was going to say hi. I saw the cup in his hand and he threw it at me, and I was like, okay, like typical wrestling, like we're doing a funny little moment or whatever. What I didn't know is that QT had he had alcohol in the cup, and I'm over 3 years sober. I'm in a program, and I didn't know. I thought it was water. I thought it was whatever I thought it was. I didn't think it was Crown Royal or whatever, and I got a little pissed off because that's a trigger. So I'm not very happy with him right now.
I know. I mean, I'm sure him throwing the drink at your face was like, I mean, it crossed the line. I mean, how do you plan to respond to him? Like, are you gonna? I mean, how? I'm just curious.
I don't really know how to respond. I mean, clearly this could be a response if you guys post it, but I would just say, if you want a match, I don't care if it's AEW or on the Indies or in a parking lot at the Grove in LA. I would love to kick your ass. And if you think you're funny, trust me, what that stunt you pulled was not funny. Mm-hmm. Not funny. Not cool.
What's your final message to him? Is there any final message to him?
Final message. Sorry, I'm just looking at my Uber. Oh, here it is. My final message to QT Marshall would just be, it doesn't matter that you're a wrestler, I'm an actor. I can still beat your ass.
I mean, Paul, he means business. QT Marshall clearly woke something up inside of him when he threw the drink, especially the Crown Royal at him. I don't know, Paul Walter Hauser, QT Marshall, that could be the next big thing AEW needs to lock up. And I mean, maybe do it at the parking lot at the Grove. That seems like a nice little spot to have a wrestling match. And QT Marshall, though, he needs to find a win. He recently lost to Big AJ, or Big Boom AJ, I should call him. So I guess he's trying to find a little niche here in the Hollywood celebrity community.
Coming up, heartbreak in college sports as Hannah Cavender and Carson Beck appear to be done.
But in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes are still going strong. We've got pictures of their anniversary dinner up next on TMZ Sports.
Where can you see huge stars in Hollywood? No, not the planetarium, that's for nerds. We mean the TMZ Celebrity Tour, where we've seen huge stars like Kevin Hart, Rihanna, Ben Affleck, The Rock, Mark Wahlberg, Lizzo, Lady Gaga, Ryan Seacrest, and Jamie Foxx. You'll learn the secrets of the city and see Hollywood as only TMZ can show you. Buses depart daily from the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, so head to TMZTour.com and book your tickets for the TMZ Celebrity Tour.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Edward Lewis, Lucas Widman here, and we're going to get into a potential breakup between two University of Miami superstars, Hannah Cavender and Carson Beck. You're aware of Hannah Cavender, I'm sure. She is one half of the Cavender twins. Haley is her sister. She's 24 years old. Carson Beck was her boyfriend. He's the 22-year-old quarterback from Georgia who transferred to Miami, presumably to be closer to Hannah. There have been some signs that they might have broken up, right, Lucas?
Yes, heartbreaking for college sports' it couple. And this all stems from potential Snapchat messages that Carson Beck might have sent to another woman while they were on a trip in Nashville. He was allegedly telling another woman, things just weren't working out with Hannah and we had to go our separate ways, but yeah, I'm freshly single. Well, some TikTokers decided to unearth all this, put it all out there, and sure enough, if you go to Hannah's page on social media, Carson Beck is nowhere to be found, nor is she following him anymore. So people are putting two and two together and making all these summary videos for people to watch. And Hannah's sister Haley actually liked one of them, which kind of gives some sort of validity to these claims that he was cheating or trying to. And, that's just how it is in this day and age when you see that social media activity and scrubbed from their pages and the unfollowing. You might as well just assume it's as good as done.
Yeah, it's really sad, too, because her sister, Haley Cavender, is dating Jake Ferguson, the Dallas Cowboys tight end, and these two seem to have, a really close bond, the two couples. As you said, Lucas, that trip to Nashville actually included Haley and Jake, and they seem to be this, like you said, it couple, both of them. They seem to be everywhere. They were on social media. They made TikToks together. So if this is indeed true, if this is indeed the way this ended, It's sad, but I'm sure Hannah at 24 years old and looking the way she does is going to rebound just fine.
Speaking of Cavender and Beck, I mean, the couple made headlines last month when they reported their luxury cars were taken from Beck's home. We even had the video, the body cam of them meeting with cops. And, Beck was telling them that my Lamborghini Urus and Mercedes-Benz E635 were nowhere to be found. And luckily for Cavender, her Range Rover was just parked in the street. But scary situation for them, and they made it through that. But apparently this trip to Nashville, something they can't get over. Now, Cavender and Beck might be taking a trip to Splitsville, but one relationship is stronger than ever, and that is Patrick and Brittany Mahomes. They celebrated their 3-year wedding anniversary on Wednesday, and Patrick went all out. It looks like he reserved a special room at a restaurant, had rose petals on the ground, candles, and a custom menu, and even some white chocolate-covered strawberries. Brittany was loving all of it. She posted it on her social media, as you know she would, but shout out to them. Childhood sweethearts, they've been together forever. Remember what they went to prom in 2013, Ed? I mean, it's just, you love to see it.
Yeah, I know social media is kind of not the greatest indicator of what's going on in real life, but these two really do seem to have the perfect relationship or the perfect bond. She has been with him through everything, and he has seemingly unwavered with her through everything as well. They are a couple that's worth probably close to $1 billion at this point. They have 3 beautiful children. Lucas, as you mentioned, look at this anniversary dinner. And again, they've only been married for 3 years at this point. I can't even imagine what their lives are going to look like in the next couple years. It's such a fun couple to watch, especially Patrick Mahomes. He's such a pleasure to be on the football field, and seeing him off the field with his kids and stuff. It's an enviable relationship, and I think everybody can give them a big congratulations on 3 years and many more to come. That'll do it for us. On tomorrow's show, we're talking to Chad Johnson about the Bengals, Jamar Chase's contract, T. Higgins' franchise tag, and Trey Hendrickson. But until then, Lucas, I guess this is goodbye.
Yeah, and, I'm having a lot of fun here. I'm getting a little comfortable. So tune in tomorrow, maybe for the future. Who knows? Just taking it over. Have a good night.
I'm a lawyer.